Hello, everyone, and welcome to this new episode of Open Book Entrepreneur. We have Jordan here with us from Idaho, and he's amazing in sales and also coach for men. So please, Jordan, introduce yourself and your authentic sales style, please.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you, Tony. Well, first off, I appreciate you inviting me on the podcast. Um, Finding entrepreneurs who are motivated is always challenging. There's a lot of them out there, and sometimes they're easy to find. Other times they're working hard. Hard to find them. So, what I do is help men in particular, and I'm launching a new program with an authentic sales focus, helping people who are in new sales positions or who want to increase their sales revenue, to do that from their heart, in integrity, in a program that's bigger than themselves and something that they have some influence in.
Totally, yeah. So, can you tell us, please, what actually inspired you to get into this type of business?
Yeah, great question. Well, when I was a kid, my dad taught me how to sell candy bars. Fast forward 25 years and I'm working door to door, and I'm just not really into it, and I don't know why I'm doing it. And so in my heart, I'm just not aligned with what I'm doing. At that point, I made a decision that I had to find something else to do because it wasn't it wasn't what I enjoyed doing. And so in that process, I learned that I wasn't aligned with who I am and what I was doing. And it resulted in poor sales results. So after a number of years, I'm asking myself, well, if I'm having this problem, other people have to have this problem too, right? So at a certain point, I'm asking myself, well, can I help others? From when I was a kid, I learned specifically how to ask the right questions. And that's all sales is making sure that we're in alignment with what we do, who we work with, the products and services that we promote, and then finding people who are in alignment with that. If we aren't in alignment with our products, services, and people, we're not going to be as effective. And then the other part is if we don't align with the prospect, then we're talking to the wrong person, and we've got to be able to figure that out for ourselves. First in here, to make sure that the what we do is what we enjoy. And we're not going to enjoy it the entire time, obviously. At the same time, if we don't like it and we know we're not meant for it, let's find something else to do to earn money so we can be more effective and efficient in what we do, enjoy more time off, and enjoy the fruits of our labor.
Exactly. And what are sort of some of the best results your clients are getting when they're working with you?
The biggest one is finding peace at work. The way that works is once we discover where we're out of alignment, it's real easy to see what actions and what we're doing every day that's causing us that alignment, that misalignment. So really, the biggest thing is finding peace in their job when they go to work. People understand that you can sell something with conviction. You don't have to lie to people. You don't have to give them fake deadlines. You don't have to make things up. It's integrity at the end of the day. And if we enjoy what we do, we like the people we work with, we have a product or a service that we believe in, that's easy to be in integrity. As long as we have a system that's worth being in, that works, that authenticity is there, and we believe in what we do, and the integrity is easy.
Totally. And what excites you about your business?
Oh yeah. Oh man. I love seeing people have a mindset shift, a paradigm shift, if you will. And when that happens, they see a light at the end of the tunnel, because a lot of times people are in a place where they don't see any solution to what's going on. And once we have that turning the corner of understanding the alignment, it gets real easy to get excited. And so when we have that breakthrough, the results aren't there yet, right? But we have the internal breakthrough. We know in our heart and our heads that we're in the right place, doing the right thing. And once we're in that position, it's just a matter of time and consistency to be able to see results in income, really. Because that's what we're all here for, going to work. We're not there to screw around and waste time and money. We're there to get some things done. And, if we can enjoy it, great. And that's the alignment part that we look for.
Totally. And then on top of that, like, what's one thing that, or one tip that you can share with our audience about sales?
Well, there's a million of them. So give me something a little more specific if you would.
Totally, totally. Like that's something that will help them, get more sales because most of our audience, they're either like online entrepreneurs or
Mhm.
they're sort of people looking in to get into online business. So
Right.
something that can help them, get more sales. Some tip.
Yeah. The first one really and the biggest one, well, let me give you two. The first one is to slow down. Most people, when we get into a sales situation, we think we need excitement. And in truth, the opposite is what our prospect and we need in that circumstance. We need ease. We need some comfort. We need to know that things are not just going to get exciting and then stop. We need to know that there is some foundation of confidence, that there's a foundation of knowledge and connection. And if that doesn't exist, there's not much that's going to move forward in the sales process. So there's number one is slow down. Number two is figure out how to ask better questions because the questions that we ask are about the only key that we have in sales to help our client understand where they are from their perspective. If we tell them what's going on, they're not going to believe us. If they tell us, it's the truth. So slow down and ask better questions.
Great stuff. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that knowledge. And then before we go, what's one sort of major so how people can get in touch with you if they want to do that?
Oh, yeah, good question. Um, the easiest way is to go to my website, jordanmartis.com. That'll head you over to my Facebook page. You can see what I do, a little bit of information about who I am, and get in touch there via Messenger is the best place to start.
Excellent. And just the final question before we go. So
Yeah.
if there is anything I didn't ask you, but you would like to share with our audience, please let us know about that
Um,
as well.
well, let's see. There's just so much, Tony. I mean, you've been an entrepreneur for a long time, and I know you help businesses grow. Um, don't stop. A lot of people they get to the point where they're at the edge of success and some fear. Generally, fear of success is what stops us. I've had that many times in my career. Getting into a new sales position or taking on a new venture. There's a lot of fear involved, and really, it's the fear of the unknown. Don't stop. There's a reason you're doing it. There's some value at the end. Obviously, there's value in the process. At the same time, if you stop, that never comes to fruition, and nobody ever takes advantage and can benefit from your labor. So don't stop.
Fantastic. Jordan, thank you so much for being a guest.
Yeah.
Thank you all for watching, listening. If you like this episode, drop us a like and subscribe. And see you all in the next episode. Bye bye.